There exist two distinct groups of individuals. One faction genuinely cherishes their occupation, with their job holding a significant role in their lives. Conversely, there are those who despise their professional responsibilities, yet are compelled to endure them due to the necessity of income. Nonetheless, it is a common sentiment among both categories to harbor negative feelings toward their superiors. According to certain reports, statisticians have discovered that a substantial portion of survey participants view their supervisors as tyrannical figures. Others suspect that their bosses derive satisfaction from demeaning their employees, while only a minority characterize their bosses as considerate and competent leaders whom they are willing to follow. Well, today's story is not about an arrogant boss, but the opposite, and I think it will be very beneficial for people to hear it. Dina is a single mother with 2 children. She suffers all the difficulties of life on her own, as she does not have anyone else to help her at first. Her father helped her, and he was her main support, but unfortunately, he recently passed away. So from then on, Dina was completely alone in the world. I think many people understand that bringing up 2 children is very difficult. Taking them to school and back, providing them with food, buying them clothes, and doing homework with them. The most important thing is to provide them with everything that is necessary. And to do this, Dina needed to work. The woman managed to cope with all of her problems, and she did not give up because she liked her job. Her work gave her the feeling that there was hope for the best. Dina worked at the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf Cafe. There, she sometimes even forgot about her problems, and seeing people helped her survive each new day. And of course, the work brought her income. But one day, something happened in Dina's life that was very hard to believe. The staff of the cafe were asked to organize training for a new employee who got a job there. The newcomer was a middle-aged man named John Fuller, and he turned out to not be a very bright student. He was negligent, and he was always breaking things. Other employees of the cafe did not want to help the man, and they made fun of him several, thus making it clear to him that he did not belong there. It turned out that the only person who wanted to help the poor guy was Dina. She had been in his shoes before, and she knew that it was necessary to work in order to earn a living. Even though John was annoying, the woman patiently helped him out and treated him kindly. Other cafe employees told her, since he started at such a late age, it means he's a failure in life. Do not waste your time on him. But Dina had great patience and goodwill. She knew that when at first you don't succeed, try again. Practice makes perfect. Dina even tried to cheer him on, but John almost seemed to spoil everything on purpose. After 2 weeks of John's training, Dina was able to show that she was an excellent employee who could teach others, even the most difficult newcomers, and showed what a good employee should look like. On the last day of the man's training, before passing the management exam, after a long day of work, Dina and John sat down over a cup of tea. Her work shift was over, but she deliberately stayed longer to go over all the details with him again in order to help John pass the interview the next day. They started having a casual conversation, and the girl told her sad story to her new colleague John. Her husband left her as soon as she gave birth to her second child. There was not enough money at the time. Since then, she has been able to earn a living for her family, but she does not know what will happen next. On top of that, she has serious health problems, which require a lot of money. Dina would like to graduate from college in order to get a better paying job, but that was only in her dreams. After listening to Dina's story, John asked her why she was not in a hurry to go home to her children after work. She replied that she wanted to help him. After all, she thought that he really needed this work. This answer amazed the man very much. Late in the evening, after saying goodbye to each other, Dina went to her home, not knowing what tomorrow would bring. In the morning, she went to the cafe as usual, and she saw John again, and to her surprise, he did not behave as usual. Nothing fell from his hands, and he even looked different. But even more surprising was the behavior of the local cafe manager and other staff members. Everyone was upset and disappointed. Then she found out why. It turned out that John was not a new employee, but a co-owner of the cafe franchise. To find out how things were really going, how his staff worked, and how the managers responsible for each cafe behaved. The man disguised himself to become an ordinary employee. John could see that Dina was surprised and confused at the same time. She could not believe that the man with whom she was busy training for 2 weeks, whom she drank tea with last night, was president and co-owner of this large coffee shop franchise. Founded in 1963 with more than 1,000 establishments in 31 countries around the world. But the surprise for Dina did not end there. John was so touched by the woman's story, as well as by the extent to which she was kind to him, that he wanted to help her in return. The man paid $20,000 for her education so that she could make her dream come true, and $40,000 for her children's education. He said that such a person and employee should have a happy life. He also made a commitment that the moment Dina completed her college education, he would offer her a prominent role within the company. Dina found herself in disbelief, silently brushing away tears that welled up in her eyes. John's support had granted Dina something she had longed for, and he openly acknowledged the valuable lesson he had learned. Regardless of one's current circumstances, what truly matters is the kind of person they are. Dina exemplified professionalism in her work, demonstrating her willingness to assist those in need, even while facing her own life's challenges. Individuals who exhibit such selflessness contribute to the betterment of our lives. This story is a great example of this. What do you think of this story? Let us know in the comment section. Thank you.